here at West Meadow Press with Wesley Bates. And Wesley, you got a lot of things happening, but right off the top, we wanted to mention that you've got a studio tour that's coming up with the Autumn Leaves Studio Tour.
That's correct. Yes, the Autumn Leaves Studio Tour is in late September, the 28th, 29th, and 30th of September. This will be my fifth year with it, and so myself and Susan Cowton, who will be the guest artist, will be here for those days. We're open from 10 till 5 on each one of those days. We're going to be closed for until the middle of August while we do some renovations in the press and in the studio, and after that we'll be open again, and we will be honoring the gift certificates that have been handed out. I gather what they're doing is just sort of surprising people with these things, so not to worry about that, and anyway, you can look for us too. The Autumn Leaves has brochures out, and there also is the art map. We're listed in the art map again this year.
Yeah, and there's some really good artists on the Autumn Leaves along with yourself, and it's a great way to do on the weekend, the 3 days, and just tour around and see the beautiful countryside and see and visit and speak directly to the artists.
Yes, and I'll have the print shop open so people can have a chance to see what letterpress is about and to see what I do with the engraving and so on, and we have so what I do are books and broadsides, handmade books and engraving prints, and then Susan Cowton will be here with her jewelry. She works with semi-precious stones and pearls and silver adornments on her work. It's all unique and wonderful stuff.
One of the neatest things I think you do too is these little beautiful postcards that people can buy and mail off some of your artwork to somebody else.
Yes, well, that's true. There are a number of us who are trying to encourage the art of writing. So we have note cards and postcards. That's right too. Yeah, actually, those when we go to book fairs, those are one of our biggest sellers now. So, but this particular engraving that we were talking about earlier, it's from a film that I was commissioned to work on for a Texas-based film company that did a documentary portrait of Wendell Berry, the American agrarian writer. Yeah. So you can come and see that too, and we'll do those kind of things. And
I just want to mention, it's a beautiful piece. There is a multitude of detail in the piece, and to see it in the engraving, well, first to see it in the print, and then to imagine you had to engrave all those buildings and little tiny roofs and the bridge and every little feather on the bird. That's a massive amount of talent.
That's used right here. It's called, these are metal, wood engraving came from metal engraving originally, yes. So but it's an adapted metal engraving tool that works on wood, and we're working on the end grain surface of the block too. So
it's a really neat piece, because from a distance it just looks like you're looking at the back of a gentleman with a hat on, but when you get up close and you start looking at all these there's like a little scarecrow in a field, and there's a tree and some deer on a cliff. It's amazing, Wesley.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It was I was just sending them sketches down to Texas about some of the ideas I have. I mean, Wendell writes about place and landscape and small-scale economy and so on. So I was just trying to think of a way of expressing that, and I thought about the person being the landscape, being the person being the landscape kind of interchange, and I came up with this, and it was really a wonderful surprise. They wrote me back and said, we're going to use that as the poster for the film. Wow. So it went all over the place. The movie was at Sundance Film Festival, at the Berlin Film Festival, Hot Docs in Toronto, and I've forgotten the one in New York, but there's a big film festival in New York too. So it did quite well with recognition and so on. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. So you are still open during the construction as well, too? People can pop in. Do you have regular hours then?
Well, I wish I could claim that my hours were regular. I am here. I do have the store open from time to time, but we're going to be closed from now until the middle of August, right, simply because we've got some renovations and things to do in preparation for the studio tour. But by later in August and definitely through September, we're going to be open and welcoming anybody who shows up.
So another question I had for you too was, you do these wonderful engravings. If somebody wanted to approach you and get a nice block engraving done of somebody for a gift, is that something you could do too?
Well, yes, I take on commissions, yes, and I also take commissions on for paintings as well. I've done paintings of farms and livestock and things like that before too. The roosters are not part of the livestock thing, but anyway. But no, I work as a commercial illustrator. I do those kinds of things. Yeah, yeah.
So where could they go to get more information? Do you have a website or a phone number?
Yes, you can find me at www.wesleybates.com. Yeah, and you can see a lot of my work there. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Wesley, and congratulations on being on the art tour and this wonderful block. This is amazing.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, right.